going on, y'all? It's Ghiman Mckinney, your boy. I'm back with another one for y'all, and today I'm bringing y'all the Juice Alert. If you're new to my channel, be sure to like this video right now. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. I do post a ton of great sports videos pretty much almost every single day. Be sure to like up the videos. It helps support me. We're gonna talk about Golden State. Obviously, you can see I'm a Golden State Warriors fan. I'm a Kevin Durant fan mainly. I was a Kevin Durant fan when he was in OKC. I am now a Kevin Durant fan because he's in Golden State now. So, recently a lot of talk's been about the Warriors, how they just lost to the Clippers, I believe 135 to 131 at home, and they blew a 31-point lead. Okay, that's mainly been the main headline in the NBA right now. Also, one of the bigger headlines is Demarcus Cousins. Yes, he is now most likely done for the remainder of the playoffs, at least until the finals. If I had to bet money, I don't think Demarcus Cousins is coming back. Before I wanted to touch on this topic, I just want to give, credit to Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, a lot of people thought the Los Angeles Lakers would make the playoffs this year, and, they've had some injuries and things like that, but no one really projected the Clippers to be where they are right now. I wanted to give Doc Rivers some credit. He's doing some really, really good things with this team. They're playing with amazing effort, and they've had a really good season. This season is a success already, considering the fact that they're an LA team that made the playoffs, and the Lakers didn't, and no one really expected the Clippers to make the playoffs. I didn't, maybe if you did, comment in the comment section, I will applaud you. But just want to give props to him real quick. They're playing some really good basketball, but will this affect the Warriors' title chances? To some degree. I'm gonna say that on Demarcus Cousins on your team definitely helps. You pretty much at 5-4 All-Stars. I'm not gonna count Draymond Green anymore. Draymond Green is trash. He's not an All-Star. If you think Draymond Green's an All-Star right now, you are absolutely crazy. I do think that this could potentially hinder the Warriors, just a little bit. Now, I'm still gonna pick the Warriors to win the title. I think the Golden State is just way too talented. They got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. They have an excellent coach in Steve Kerr. If they can just be average defensively, they'll fix some things. Let's be real. This is kind of an aberration. Kevin Durant, six fouls. He fouled out. He had 9 turnovers. Only shot the ball 8 times. I'm going to bet money that does not happen very, very often. It happened. I understand it, but that was mainly aberration. The Warriors, no way they're losing this series unless 2 or 3 of their best players get hurt. There's no way the Warriors are losing this series. Now, I think it could potentially go 6 games, but I don't think the Warriors are going to lose the series. Now, I will admit this. The Houston Rockets are there, man. They're there, Losing Demarcus Cousins really affects them because I think that, they don't really necessarily have very many great big men. I did add Andrew Bogut, a little bit toward the end of the season, for some depth, and they're going to need him now. Andrew Bogut's going to play a big part. Kevon Looney, Jordan Bell, they're going to need to play huge roles in order for my Golden State Warriors to three-peat as NBA champions. They're losing a offensive force as a big man. I understand his defense is not very, very good. Demarcus Cousins' defense has not been very good. But offensively, he's unstoppable, down low. And when Golden State, when those jump shots aren't falling, they can pretty much just turn to Demarcus Cousins and say, hey, give me a couple buckets. Demarcus Cousins is also someone who can stretch the floor a little bit and shoot the ball and space. And basically, if you think about it, if they have a line, let's say with Andrew Bogut, Kevon Looney, Jordan Bell, and Draymond Green. Draymond Green can't hit a shot to save his life. Maybe if he resurrects himself, that'd be great. But basically, essentially, I would be playing 3-on-5 basketball because those are 2 offensive liabilities in Draymond Green and Andrew Bogut, Kevon Looney, or Jordan Bell. I'm going to leave them wide open. I'm going to leave Draymond Green wide open. You cannot do that with Boogie Cousins on the floor. Boogie Cousins allows you to space the floor, and also, if you look at the matchups, potentially, let's say they face Denver in the conference finals or something like that. They don't have anyone to match up with Nikola Jokic down low. And let's say they face the Rockets, which will happen. I do believe the Rockets are going to beat the Jazz. They don't have anyone that can match up with Clint Capella. Clint Capella absolutely ate them alive last year in the playoffs. Demarcus Cousins, they're going to have no answer for him down low. They won't be able to get easy buckets down low. They won't have anyone to really challenge Clint Capella at the rim. I'm not saying Boogie Cousins is a rim protector, but he's a body. And let's say, for example, the Philadelphia 76ers, maybe if they make the finals, if both teams get out, who's matching up with Joel Embiid? Andrew Bogut? Come on now. That's just bad. That's a bad matchup if you look at it. Also, Demarcus Cousins allows defenders to move away from the paint. If Demarcus Cousins is gone, which he is now, basically Clint Capella and some of these big boys, down low, can just sit back there and protect the rim. Demarcus Cousins, because of his ability to shoot and pass the ball, it allows Clint Capella and some of those bigger defenders in the paint, like those big men, to really come out from underneath the paint and defend the whole floor, basically. They no longer are able to do that now that Demarcus Cousins is gone. So, I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but listen, the Warriors are as vulnerable as possible. I would not be shocked if the Rockets beat the Warriors in 6 or 7 games. I really am not. You know, I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked if the Milwaukee Bucks or Boston Celtics somehow upset them in 6 or 7 games. You know, the Warriors, they've lost 6 games at home by 20 plus points this year. That's unheard of. You know, their home record is pretty much the same as their road record. Not saying this is the end of the world for the Warriors, but I will say that they have become a lot more vulnerable. I'll be real, the Rockets, they're just a deep team, you know. The Bucks, too, they're a very deep team, too. The Boston Celtics are very deep, too. Those are all teams with more depth than the Warriors. Now, I'm not saying they're a better team than the Warriors, because obviously Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, etc. They don't necessarily need the depth some of these teams need to be successful. But they're not as deep anymore. And you know, the Rockets, honestly, I do think the Houston Rockets are a better team than they were last year. The reason, they are a much deeper team than they were last year. Pretty much last year, they were essentially playing 7 guys. You know, you essentially had 2 players come on the bench for the Rockets last year. You know, you had Gerald Green and pretty much Eric Gordon, you know. And once CP3 went down, their depth really showed, you know. And they missed a ton of threes, you know. But the Rockets, they're shooting the ball really well. They just set the record for NBA 3-pointers made in the game, you know, by a team. You know, they're deep. They have now 9 or 10 guys, adding Ken Fareed and people like that. You know, and Nene is back in the rotation, hopefully. You know, they just have a very good team. You know, they really do. They're much deeper. They're better defensively than they were last year, too, in my opinion. And James Harden has elevated his game even more. So the Rockets are definitely the team that I look for in the West to really challenge the Warriors. And you know, Boogie Cousins not being there to match up with Clint Capella is a problem. The Milwaukee Bucks, they've actually hit more 3-pointers than the Golden State Warriors this year. They're a better offensive team statistically wise than the Golden State Warriors this year. Now, I'm not saying that realistically, if you look at it, you know, real basketball people know the Warriors are a better offensive team. But that just matters. The fact that they're up there with the Warriors offensively, and they have the depth they have, and they're near the top defensively. I believe they're first in defensive efficiency this year among teams. That's a problem. Not saying it's the end of the world for the Warriors, but they're definitely more vulnerable now. It's already hard enough to 3-peat. You know, just the emotion. You know, just the grind. You know, how the fatigue. I mean, it's just a lot. I mean, there's a reason only about 2 teams are done. I think it's Jordan's Bulls. You know, I think Kobe and Shaq's Lakers. It may have been another team, but there's only been about 2 or 3, maybe 4 teams off the top of my head I can name that have 3-peated. There's a reason why 3-peating does not happen often, okay? You think they'll get it turned around? Kevin Durant will respond. Steph Curry will respond. He's not going to go 2 for 9 in the clutch, you know, in the 4th quarter. I do think the Demarcus Cousins injury definitely affects the Warriors' depth and their chances to repeat as, you know, NBA champions. But I'm still rolling with the Warriors to win it all. But are you is the real question. Be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe. You know, comment who you think are the Warriors vulnerable now. Are they vulnerable? Is this Boogie Cousins injury a big deal? I mean, you know, the Warriors, I'm still going with them to win the title. But are you picking the field? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. It's been your boy Ghiman Mckinney, Juice Man, or G-Man, and I'm Ghost.